Why does my homebrew taste sour and how can I fix it? Imagine pouring your latest batch of homebrew and getting a sharp, tangy surprise instead of the smooth flavor you expected. That sour taste can be confusing and disappointing. But don't worry, it's often caused by simple issues that you can fix. Sourness in homebrew usually comes from bacteria or wild yeasts that produce acids during fermentation. The most common culprits are lactic acid bacteria like Lactobacillus and Pediococcus. These bacteria create lactic acid, giving a clean, tangy flavor similar to yogurt or buttermilk. Another bacteria called Acetobacter produces acetic acid, which tastes like vinegar and needs oxygen to thrive. Wild yeasts such as Brettanomyces can also contribute to sourness along with funky or fruity flavors. If you are not intentionally brewing a sour beer, this sourness is usually an infection. The main reasons are poor sanitation, oxygen exposure after fermentation, or certain ingredients. Dirty equipment, utensils, or bottles can introduce bacteria and wild yeasts. Even small lapses in cleaning can cause contamination. Oxygen exposure after fermentation is another issue. Acetobacter needs air to produce vinegar-like flavors. If your beer is stored in open or porous containers like wooden barrels, it can pick up oxygen and sour. Ingredients can also influence flavor. Using too much acidulated malt, which lowers mash pH, can add sourness. Dark or roasted malts may also lower mash pH, contributing to sour flavors. Some hop varieties have tart or wine-like notes that might be mistaken for sourness. To fix and prevent sourness, start with better sanitation. Clean and sanitize all equipment thoroughly before and after brewing. Pay special attention to fermenters, siphons, and bottles. Control oxygen exposure by using airtight containers and purging with carbon dioxide if possible. Avoid porous vessels unless you are intentionally souring. Use ingredients carefully. Limit acidulated malt to about 1% of your grain bill. Be aware of the flavor profiles of your hops and malts. Monitor fermentation closely. Make sure fermentation completes fully and promptly to reduce contamination risk. If you see sourness early, it might be an infection. Check your water and mash pH. Keeping mash pH between 5.2 and 5.6 helps prevent unwanted sour flavors. Adjust your water chemistry or malt bill if needed. If you suspect infection, unfortunately, it is often best to discard the batch. In some cases, infected beer can be used for cleaning or experimental blends. In summary, sourness in homebrew is mostly caused by bacteria or wild yeast contamination, oxygen exposure after fermentation, or certain ingredients that lower pH. Keeping your equipment clean, controlling oxygen, and choosing ingredients carefully are the best ways to prevent and fix sour flavors. By paying attention to these details, you can enjoy consistently delicious homebrew without unexpected sour surprises.